No, I know you can add text, but you can't underline and things like that.
Good evening, councillors, and welcome to this meeting of Sandwich Town Council. And it is a meeting of the council as trustees of Sandwich Tollbridge Fund. And the agenda is as follows. Item number 1, apologies for absence received, please, Town Clerk.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. So we have apologies from Councillor Green, travel commitment, Councillor Wiles, a travel commitment, Councillor Gray, a personal commitment, although he may appear late, Councillor Tomlins, illness, Councillor Anderson, a travel commitment, Councillor Fortescue, a travel commitment, and Councillor Mallet has advised he will be late.
Thank you very much for that. Low on numbers this evening, I think. Item number 2 is declarations of interest, and this is to receive any declarations of disclosable pecuniary interest from members in respect of business to be transacted on the agenda this evening. Do we have any declarations? No, I don't believe we do have. That's a new return. Item number 3 is minutes of the previous meeting and the previous committees, and this is to approve the minutes of the ordinary meeting of Sandwich Town Council as trustee of Sandwich Tollbridge Fund, and this was held on the 17th of June 2024, and consider any matters arising from those minutes not covered elsewhere in this agenda. I believe this is attachment 1A, which you should have. Councillor Tuka, do you have a query or question?
Yeah, just a couple of points. There are a number of actions within here, and I just wanted to make sure that they're being tracked, so without an associated action log, it's just seeking that assurance. So, for example, an emergency plan was referred to, and I know work needed further to be done on it, but it's about making sure that we don't lose that in the mists of time. Also, there were a number of schedules and other financial related documents that were deferred from the last meeting. They went to an extraordinary meeting. So it would be good if we could get the minutes from that the extraordinary meeting to the next STBF to complete that circle. Of course. Then the ones that are a bit more material is around standing orders. There were a number of conversations, but no conclusion around them, so they were deferred. And just really it's a question, maybe of the town park, in terms of how we're going to brigade the standing orders mush, maybe the wrong word to use, but just there was a whole load of stuff there that didn't seem we were capable of resolving in that meeting.
Yes, so there haven't been any conversations during the summer with any elected members on this, and clearly we've got the finance committee now. Whether or not you feel that it's going to be constructive to have conversations in the finance committee, or whether you want this to come back to the next trustee meeting. We can of course have an extraordinary meeting if necessary, if the mayor agrees, and the trustee to meet if they just want to debate. But I think again it's the governance side of things. Once you've adopted it, if you do have problems with it, that's not to say they're not in place. They are in place, but it's just really. And if elected members want to bring that to the finance committee, or they're more comfortable with it coming to the trustee, either would be absolutely fine.
So, just my personal view is, if we go to the finance committee, the risk is that we end up having the same sort of another detailed debate at STBF. Exactly. So, the question is, how do we now decide what we're going to do next? I prefer it comes back to the STBF. But there needs to be a step in the middle, which is somebody needs to take a look at what all the debate was about. And I've lost. The summer was nice, so I've switched off from what we talked about at the last meeting. But looking at the minutes, it's certainly churned a bit of activity.
Okay then.
So I'm more than happy to take away that action and bring it back to the next quarterly meeting if everybody's in agreement to that. Obviously, if there is anybody that wants to particularly feed in comments, that would be welcomed.
That was noted there, yes.
Yeah,
did you get any comments?
I haven't yet, but basically what I can do after this meeting, I can share those with members, invite comments by the same deadline, and then obviously bring that back to next quarterly meeting.
That's very good of you. Thank you very much, Councillor. Councillor Black.
Yeah, I think it's worth bringing it back to STBF. I think the other issue, I think you've offered to do this already, to give us plenty of time to look at them, because if they just come out a couple of weeks beforehand, we know what happens. Other things, and then you arrive at the meeting, you haven't read it, and we don't know. So I would suggest give us a pretty long time scale, but please do insist upon a certain date when things have to be proposed. Of course, but penalties to be issued otherwise.
Indeed. We're all busy people. So did I have a proposer for attachment 1A, which was the meeting minutes from Monday the 17th of June, please? So that's Councillor Chuka and Councillor Morehouse to second. And all those in favour, please show. Pass. Thank you. The second set of minutes are from the Tollbridge Fund Finance Committee held in the Council Chamber on Wednesday the 19th of June 2024, following the Finance and General Purposes Committee at 18:30 hours. This is attachment 1B. Do we have any? Happy to propose those. Oh, thank you very much, Councillor Tudor. Do we have a seconder for those? Councillor Morehouse. All those in favour of those finance minutes, please show. I always one abstention. Two abstentions. Thank you very much, Councillor Marie. And that was passed. Okay. And the third item is the minutes of the Sandwich Tollbridge Fund Finance Committee held in the Council Chamber on Wednesday, the 17th of July 2024, following the Finance and General Purposes Committee at 18:30 hours. And this is attachment 1C. Does anybody have any queries or questions? If not, then I have a proposal and seconder. Councillor Pennington is the proposed one. And could I have a seconder? Councillor Chuka. And all those in favour, please show. Thank you. That's two abstentions there. And that has been passed. And is there another one? That's it. Oh, super. Oh, excellent. So that is that item. Oh, yeah, 1, 2, 3. Item passed. Thank you very much.
I just have an update this morning.
Oh, indeed. Please do.
Yeah, thank you.
Please listen to the town clerk.
Sorry. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. So I think there's been a bit of conjecture around the finances. So just to stipulate to everybody and assure you, the statement of account report has been superseded by the cash book, which is all three combined accounts for the Tollbridge Fund. And this is on the agenda this evening for you. The payment schedules and bank reconciliations for past months, they haven't been included, but I will include the next quarterly meeting. These have been approved and will only be shared to be received by the trustee. So it's not actually imperative for governance purposes, but obviously I will make sure they're shared for you. And this bank reconciliations, actually, when you get a bank reconciliation for this month, for this August, the others actually are superfluous because it's the bank reconciliation for the latest one. But they will be shared with you just for transparency. And also, Karen has created a separate financial budget comparison report from the new system, and that will show budget variances, and this will be included for future trustee meetings. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you very much for that, town clerk. Item number 4, payment schedules, cash book and bank reconciliation. 5A, to receive the Sandwich Tollbridge Fund payment schedules for mid-August and mid-September 2024. Item 5B, to receive the Sandwich Tollbridge Fund Guildhall payment schedules for mid-August, end of August and mid-September 2024. And item 5C, to receive the Museum and Archives payment schedules for mid-August, end of August and mid-September 2024. Item 5D, to receive and approve the Sandwich Tollbridge Fund cash book as of 31st of July 2024. And item 5E is to receive the bank reconciliation for Sandwich Tollbridge Fund as at 31st of July 2024. Item 5F is to receive the bank reconciliation for Sandwich Goldbridge Fund, Guildhall, as of 31st of July 2024. And item 5G is to receive the bank reconciliation for Sandwich Goldbridge Fund Museum as of 31st of July 2024. Unless anybody has got any particular questions, and in which case you should have actually posed them to the responsible financial officer prior to this meeting, I'm proposing to take these en bloc. Does anybody have any specific questions or queries? If not, I would like a proposal. Oh,
sorry, this way. Yes, so at the Finance Committee, Councillor Wiles did raise in the financial statement cash book 1450 miscellaneous, and that does relate to the Roman Bowl. That was the reinvestment expenditure. So we know that the funds were moved temporarily until the funding was obtained to purchase the Roman Bowl. So that is what that relates to, and that's completely to share with you.
thank you very much for that, Town Clerk.
And just that prompts the point that we now have the Finance Committee in place, which is meeting monthly, which is taking payment schedules, etc. So there is a level of analysis happening at that level before coming to this meeting.
Exactly, thank you for that, Councillor Tudor. That is a good reminder that this has actually been assessed and verified by the Finance Committee as well. So with that in mind, I'd like to take those items 5A to 5G en bloc. Could I have a proposer, please? Councillor Tudor and Councillor Ripley is seconding that, I believe. No? Yes. And all those in favour, please show. Thank you. Just that's 2 abstentions there, Councillor Marie and Councillor Matt. That item is passed. Thank you. And item number 5, finances and investments. To receive and approve the Quilter Cheviot Assets Management 2-monthly investment report as of 31st of August 2024. Hopefully you've all had a copy or had it online. Just to add with this is obviously the Town Clerk arranged, as was requested, a meeting with one of the brokers from Quilter Cheviot, and I don't know about everybody else, but I think it gave me a lot of answers to some of the questions that have been raised over the past couple of months, and I'm quite happy with what is being done by Quilter Cheviot. And in fact, from what has been raised this evening in the session with Quilter Cheviot, I will be looking to put a proposal forward to the Finance Committee with regards to our portfolio. But obviously, I can't do that tonight. So could I have a proposer and seconder for the 2-monthly report, please? Councillor Pennington. And do I have a seconder? Councillor Morehouse. And all those in favour, please show. That's 1 abstention. Thank you very much. That item is passed there. And budget setting, item number 6, budget setting draft pro forma. The Town Clerk and responsible financial officer have produced a budget setting pro forma that is proposed to be used in the budget setting process. The Finance Committee have considered the pro forma and the proposed process for setting 2025-26 budget for STBF and recommend to the trustees for adoption. And the decision is required on this. This is attachment A4. Town Clerk.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. So following the Finance Committee, there was some feedback. Councillor Pennington suggested that there should be 2 extra lines on this pro forma, the intended benefits of the project and how the benefits will be measured. So when I shared the reports with you, one of those boxes was missing. So I've updated it for you for this evening, and you've got it in front of you. So it's basically the same pro forma that I shared with you online, but it does have now 2 clear boxes that say intended benefits of the project and how these benefits will be measured.
So,
I'm going to meet council penalties.
very much. Have you all got a copy of that so you can see the change from the original one? So we've now got the benefits box on there, which was requested. Thank you for doing that so quickly, Town Clerk. Councillor Pennington? do you have
Thank you.
a-
I just wanted to say thank you for taking those comments on board so precisely.
Indeed, very quickly done. Thank you so much, Town Clerk. That's excellent. So all those in favour of this pro forma and the process going forward as agreed by the Finance Committee? That's, I was just going to ask for that, yeah. Could I have a proposer? Councillor Pennington, and could I have a seconder? And that's Councillor Black, we'll have for a change. And all those in favour, please show. Thank you very much. And I think that's going to improve our financial forecasting for the forthcoming year. So thank you very much for that, Town Clerk. Item number 7, STBF grants process review. The trustee to receive an updated set of documents to support the STBF grants process that are recommended for adoption by the Finance Committee, and the new STBF grants process to be introduced for 2025. And a decision is required on this. This is attachment 5, and I've been through this quite a couple of times actually, and I think this is a major improvement. I think it's a lot clearer and a lot easier. So, I believe the only item that was outstanding, which shall I let you do that bit then?
Thank you, Mr Mayor. Yes, so
Continue.
the relevant legislation is highlighted in yellow because I'm still waiting for the calc to get back to me to verify those legislation updates. Thank you. Obviously, that will be reflected in the
Yeah. So the only outstanding item is the updating of the legislation, as the Town Clerk said. So Tudor, did you have a
Yes, so whilst I've been involved in the 2 discussions we've had in the Finance Committee, I think we have missed one point that Councillor Franklin gallantly tried on 2 occasions to get incorporated, and I don't think we have incorporated it sufficiently, around individuals being able to at least make an application. Because before this meeting, I read through the documents. I felt it wasn't robust enough in terms of that point. So I went back to the previous set of guidance earlier today, and actually there's a very clear statement in there, which I don't think we should have any problems with bringing that into our products now. And it just was simply that it says an individual may apply for a grant as long as it will be used for projects of direct benefit to all or some of the people in Sandwich. Individuals must supply a detailed written plan and budget for their project in addition to the basic information required on the application form. I think we need to be explicit, so I think it's been fudged, and I think we could improve that.
Oh, Councillor Murray.
I have 2 questions. So obviously the Sandwich Community Events Association isn't a CRC or CIO. We all understand that. We've known that for the last couple of years. Does that come under the unincorporated community associations part of the application?
Yes, it would.
Right. The second one is that on this part as well, it says that a copy of 2 sets of audited or independently examined accounts is appropriate. Now, audited accounts regarding such things as Christmas lights, they are too expensive for us to do. So our treasurer does them. He's been doing them for many, many years. Will that suffice with the criteria, or will that we have to then spend a large amount of money each year, money that we haven't got at the moment, to give the what's the word? It's to make the Telbury Sun happy.
Indeed, yeah, no, obviously I'm very understandable about this, and obviously accountancy fees are very exorbitant, and some of these events are running on very little funding. So obviously that would be taken into consideration. So as long as they can give 2 years to show their income and expenditure, and there's not been any excessive expenditure on something that would be deemed intolerable as a charitable organisation, then that would be deemed okay. Councillor Pennington?
Thank you. Yes, just a couple of points. I know it is possible to have a council audited relatively quickly and without too much cost. And I did just wonder, I found Councillor Zucker's phrasing very helpful, but I do just wonder from an accounting point of view if there ought to be something added about handling the money completely separately rather than through personal account.
I think personally put a bill in and the bill will get paid as an individual.
In English. So you mean in the sense that if an individual applies, that the money will be paid to them direct? Is that
Well, that's the question in my mind. Would it go into a separate account for the project?
I think that's a query that we need to actually
I think-
ascertain and
I think the idea is that if someone had the idea of a project, say like repairing a seat, he get costings for the seat like timber or paint and everything, and he present that as part of his grant application. So whether it's say like £300, then he paid and he show you the receipt for £300. So we wouldn't have to go through his personal account; it'd just be a receipt for the amount. The idea is it'd be small, it wouldn't be big things.
is that what we interpret to be correct?
I was going to say, because I think, you know, that, well, you're getting into the.
too much?
Yeah, I was going to say,
Minute.
minute detail, I think, yeah. I think what you need to agree collectively is the policy. And then obviously, if you think there's something outside the policy, then maybe that's some case by case basis. And I think to make the policy robust, you need to be very clear about what it is
Because any Joe Box would come and say, I want to paint the fence, and say, I want to get the told someone to paint it. So you have to, I think this would be more stringent.
No, but I'm saying to get a bill for the paint or the materials, you're just paying carpenters or for the timber version, you're not actually paying the individual persons.
So there is a pre-assessment panel.
Yeah.
These are the questions and decisions that we need to take in that panel.
Yeah.
And I don't think somebody wanting to paint their own fence would get through that.
Who's on that panel? Who's on that panel? And who's on the panel?
Who's on the
panel?
I don't know exactly, I should imagine
It's listed in the documents.
I was going to say, it is listed in the document.
Sorry.
The head of finance. So, just to help, it's the mayor, it's the chairs of the two finance committees, and I think it's one other, off the top of my head, councillor nominated by the STBF.
Yeah, it should be complicated.
Sorry, Councillor Chickett. So it's not in the documents you have before you receive it?
It's in the, yes it is, it's in the document that I submit as part of the process, which is the process, and it is,
Grant application.
yeah. Right, so the grants scrutiny panel will consist of the town council mayor, the chair of the Tollbridge Fund Finance Committee, the town clerk, finance officer, and one further councillor who will be nominated by the trustee of the fund.
Thank you.
That seems adequate to me. So, are we? Okay.
Sorry, I'm just one query regarding Councillor Lee said about auditing of independent person. I think we should have an independent person. I mean, auditor costs a lot of money. We have an independent person just to double check, which wouldn't be a large amount of money. You know, so I personally think you better to have additional person just for treasurer than account, and another person just sign off if it's possible. then we should have that on.
Present a better audit
Yeah,
trail.
just another independent
Just,
person.
And as Councillor Mrs Carter said, to have an independent person that is outside of that organisation could just be for the cost of like beer or a nice lunch or something like that.
Just decide the approved is the council.
Good point, Councillor.
Yes, so again, just to help, let's look at the guidance we've got in front of us, which is a copy of the latest two sets of audited or independently examined accounts.
Another
That's
person,
Yes.
independent.
So, could I have a proposer for this improved document process?
And you want that proposal to include what's.
Oh,
Judy's
I was just going to say with
Yeah.
the amendment, sorry, the proposer for this with the amendment that was made by Councillor Tudor, thank you very much. That's Councillor Pennington. And could I have a seconder as well? So that's Councillor Tudor, that's right. And all those in favour to carry this forward, and remember this will improve the process for the forthcoming year, make it more transparent. Thank you very much. It's been passed. Thank you for that. Discussion, councillors. That's most useful there. Item number 8, museum closure, Christmas closure. Trustees to consider a report from the museum coordinator with proposed dates for the Christmas closure of the museum for 2024 and reopening in the new year for 2025. This is attachment number 6. A decision is required. It's been proposed that the museum will be closed from Friday the 20th of December and the museum should reopen on Wednesday the 8th of January. This will allow time for work to be done internally, such as the museum deep clean, and it will also allow the volunteers to have a well-earned rest over Christmas. Do you have a query, museum volunteer? Councillor.
Oh, well, yeah.
If you want to practice it, would be best to or abstain from that. So
I'd like to propose the closure.
thank you.
I'll second it.
Councillor Black, second on that. All those in favour of the museum closure for Christmas, please show. That's been carried, and there's one extension.
The my abstention was
Oh, so it's not you. Item number 9, councillors, grant applications, trustees to receive and consider a report from the RFO with the funding requests that were pending and have been received for tranche 2 of the funding applications for 2024-25 financial year. The funding applications are attached to the report as appendices and the details are as follows. We have one application from an organisation called Sandwich in Bloom, and they are requesting a sum of £3,500. Sam Clark, what is the level of funding? Do you know the level of funding?
The amount of £3,500. So there was there was a transparent meeting earlier in the year, but there was £10,000, members all recall, that was agreed for the first tranche of the funding, and it was agreed that £10,000 would be, a percentage of it would be saved for the second tranche, which was £3,500. So this is the second tranche request, and there is £3,500 remaining in that budget for this financial year.
Now, their expenditure is approximately £6,000 a year. Did they say whether this is going to be carried out? Because obviously there won't be any work done in the winter.
I think
Is this work being done next year?
from what the chair said, it's to make sure that they have the money ready for the spring. Because the second tranche would be, sorry, the first tranche of next year would be a little late for them. So the idea was that they'd have the funds ready to start in the new year.
So it'll be sitting in their account, not ours.
I think it's ordering plants, isn't it? Ordering plants and planters.
For next year. Councillor Mrs Carter.
I think, okay, since we only got 3,500 left, shouldn't be to one organisation, because they already have gone from us. Should get some other opportunities for other organisations want to apply. Especially when the bank balance is only 2,883.89. That should be enough for them to order in the spring, and then they can apply again next year. So I suggest turn them down and give other organisations a chance to apply, because that's only amount of money we've got left.
Super, is that your proposal?
No, I'm just giving my opinion for now.
Okay, right. So if I
So
want
that's
to
what
ask,
else have to-
I think councillor Tudor.
Yeah, so just a couple of points. The figure of 10,000 was a notional figure. We have a fund that is decreasing all the time, so I'm just making that any decisions we take around grants, and what we did was sensibly this year not be as generous as the past. So we set a figure that was less than was previously been done. So I think that was a good start. We only have one application now. The increase from last year on this year is some 15% on the grant that they were given last year. All of what I'm saying is not against the merits of what's been asked or the organisation, because I just fully support what we do, and I think it's a real bonus to the town. But just bear in mind that we had events, each got only 1,600 each. It just feels like it's sort of off kilter in terms of balance.
Yeah.
And I'll just leave that there in terms of allowing further discussion.
Councillor Pennington and then councillor Marie.
Yes, thank you. It does say in the application that DDC and Royal St George's are expected to contribute. I really would like to be informed in due course of their decision.
Exactly, and I believe they had some funding already, didn't they, from DDC?
Funding for tools, I believe.
Yes.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I just wondered, because I did see that they've had a couple of other groups of funding from other organisations. Councillor Ripley was next, and then councillor Marie.
Yeah, I just want to make a claim to start with that I am a member of Southampton Green Party.
She will not be voting tonight.
No, I won't be voting, but I can make comment. And I'm going to say that Southampton Green do a phenomenal job around the town. They make a huge difference. You just look outside of the Guildhall forecourt, what difference they do about those little complaints there. And it is, well, no, it isn't really. It is one of the main organisations in the town that is 100% benefiting to the town itself. And I don't think we should lose sight of that and all the hard work we put into it throughout the year.
Thank you. Councillor Marie.
Yeah, I've taken on other people's points. I mean, if you remember the last time we done the application process, we did events, put theirs in, 40 spoken out, all that kind of thing, and all their grants were halved because to save the money for other people to go throughout the year. And I do feel that we should do the same for this at least, because we're coming into the winter months. Obviously, the plants are going to be quite scarce because they still have winter plants, don't get me wrong. But I do feel that if they should apply for it to go for half now, and if they want the other half, they should apply for it in January when the deadline comes in again. So I propose that it's half to 1,000 to 1,250. That's what I propose. 1,750, yeah.
Have you got a seconder for that at all, to second that proposal?
Yeah, I'll second
All those in favour? The proposal and the seconder?
On 1,750.
To half, yeah, half
So
it
to 1,750.
Yeah, which will leave some in the kitty should anybody else wish to apply for the second tranche. And we've had this proposed and proposed by councillor and seconded by
Councillor Rankin.
all those in favour, please show.
4 in favour. 4 in
Oh,
favour.
no.
abstentions.
One,
One,
two,
two, three
three
abstentions.
abstentions.
Oh, sorry, can I have you, sorry, if you come to bring, yeah,
Yeah.
4 in favour, and 1, 2, no, yeah, 5 in favour.
Five.
Over. Okay, so it's councillor Chingham, Lily Hudson. And how many abstentions, please?
One,
One.
two.
Two abstentions, and anyone against?
No, that's
No,
carried
okay,
then.
brilliant, thank you.
Sorry, Chair, can I just ask a question? I was contacted today by the chair of the Spoken Health Festival. They put an application in, it was sent in last Monday, I believe, and it's not on this agenda. Can I ask why that was?
Yes, because there wasn't time for the RFO to go through the process.
That's
Yeah.
absolutely fine. Thank you very much.
It does have to be vetted out by the responsible
Yeah.
financial. Obviously, all the information that the organisations send in,
Yeah.
it's the duty of
Yeah.
RFO to do the preliminary vetting of those applications. So if that has just gone, but that will be processed in due course. Did you have a question?
I mean, picking on that point, but I was going to make this point before it was mentioned, that we are now moving to the new process. This sort of discussion will be improved by the new process in any case. And there will be the opportunity to maybe make it maybe a more level playing field, because front-ending some of the requests were to disadvantage in retrospect. But this isn't about necessarily taking the remainder of money, in my opinion, into next year. We have to look at the budget setting next year to the STBF, which I will say again, we are reducing its value every year. So we need to be sensible as a group of individuals and arrive at a figure that's sensible.
That's right. Yeah, indeed. Here we come. Continue to keep taking from the pot, because eventually there won't be anything left in the pot to take. So, thank you very much, councillors. Item number 10 is date of next STC as STBF trustee meeting, and that is the 16th of December 2024. And just before I close, I'd like to give the nomination for the best dressed councillor tonight to Councillor Maurice. And with that, I close the meeting.
What was the earliest?
I was going to challenge that. I was going to be Councillor Frank.